Everybody, and I have to tell you, this really is a tribute to the chief. We have not had this room filled like this before. We've done many swearings in, and this one we walked in and said, oh my goodness, look at here. So this really does speak volumes, and I hope what it represents for you, Chief, is how welcome you are here. And so before we begin, can we give him a round of applause? He's already hit the ground running, and I had no doubt. I have to tell you, I have no doubt. And we met via Zoom for the interviews, and he was prepared even in that interview. I could see across the Zoom. I said, this man is serious. He is serious, and he has not let us down. And so first of all, I just want to say just how grateful I am that you accepted the appointment. And he didn't hesitate. He said, I can be there. I think he told us in 6 weeks flat. He said, you know what, I have a lot of business here, but I can be there on the ground to get going. And he came right away at a time of great challenge and great change in our county. And so we are really grateful to have him here. And what I can say to you, Chief, aside from the fact that you are just welcome here. And again, I also just want to thank the command staff and the leadership in the department who have come to stand beside him, and want to thank them also for the tremendous work that they do every single day. You are now a part of a tremendous team. The chief has said on many occasions that when we interviewed, I said to him that he was coming to be a part of the best and brightest, and that I could hold this department up against anyone and dare them to find a better or brighter or more talented, and that is still the case today. But every good team needs a good leader, and so Chief and you, we found a great leader. Now I'm going to go out on a limb. You know, we brought a Dallas Cowboy here to Prince George's County, so I'm going to go ahead and give an analogy about a team. And you know, our Redskins, I believe there's some really, really talented people, but they just have needed a good leader. That team has needed a tremendous leader. I think even in this last season, we saw a little bit what could happen with a great leader. And so we're just already excited about what your leadership will mean to Prince George's County, and what it will mean to this excellent department that you are leading, again, at a time of great challenge and great change. I want to welcome his family. His family members have come here from Texas. I want to thank them for being here. We're excited to welcome them. His daughter Imani is here. Please help us welcome Imani, who has come here. His super sharp, is this your grandson? Yes. Super sharp grandson who I've already had to stand corrected. And what's the grandson's name? I won't dare call him a baby again, because I made that mistake a moment ago. What's your grandson's name?
Manuel Rodriguez III.
Manuel Rodriguez III. By 3. Well, 3 corrected me a minute ago. I made the mistake of saying, oh, and look, the baby's coordinated too. And he threw his head back and said, what baby? He said, there's no baby in here. So Manuel, I stand corrected. He is surely not a baby. Zenobia, we want to welcome her as well, who has come here this afternoon, as well as we have Malik II, who has come. So thank you so much, Malik. And then his sister Sherry, want to thank you also, Sherry. And so his family members are here, and we want to tell you all welcome as well to your new second home. Because when people ask you where you're from, say Dallas, and then go ahead and mention something about Prince George's County, that you have a whole bunch of people who support you here as well. And so today is really important. You're going to be sworn in just a moment. We have our clerk, Mahassan Elamine, who will be coming up in a moment here to give you the oath of office. And then I guess the thing I'll say, Chief, is what I noticed in this chief when I interviewed him is I believe he shares my intensity about the progress that is necessary. He shares my urgency about the fact that it has to happen right now, that we don't have much time to spare, that in any of these opportunities we get, you have but a minute to do it. And I recognize that. I think the chief recognizes that as well, is that we get these opportunities, and then what we do with it says much about us. And so I believe that he shares the urgency that I feel to leave every one of these spaces different than we found it. I told him, and I tell it every day of the week, that Prince George's County is a place that is different unto itself. It is unique unto itself. There is no place like this county any place else in America. These are absolutely special people who are just amazing and who deserve our very best. And so I now have a partner who can help me to give to them what they deserve, and who will, I'm convinced, leave this space different than we found it. We're going to give it every ounce of energy we have. to make sure that Prince Georgians are proud every day of their home. They're proud of how they've been served. They've been proud of how they've been led. And so that's what I ask of you. I know a man with 30 years experience as a police officer who is nationally known, who they yelled when he left Dallas. That's how I knew I got in the right one. It's because I could see even in social media, I could hear a little bit of screaming. They said, "Oh Lord, they took Chief Aziz." Yes, we did. We brought Chief Aziz, but I say that jokingly. But I could see even in the remarks from around the country how well respected he was there, and how he was able on all sides to earn the respect of all of the people he's encountered. And I think that speaks volumes, including today. I want to thank, is Mr. Cato still here? Okay, thank you so much, sir, for coming. And then Sonia Pruitt, thank you both so much for taking the time to be here today to speak on his behalf. And again, the respect that he has earned throughout the country. Ms. Pruitt is coming here from Montgomery County, and then Mr. Cato, who I suspect might also be one of those Dallas Cowboys, came here from Texas to support him as well. And so I won't talk any further, but just to say to you, Chief, I am just so looking forward to what we will all do together. And you have this amazing team of people who will be by your side every moment of it to make sure that this vision is completed. But without any further ado, can we invite our clerk, Mahasan Alameen, please, to give the oath of office, and we can get going. Yes, would you like to invite your family?
Okay, so who's going to hold the cross for you? Okay, so you're going to stand in the middle. Yeah, no. Okay, so you're going to put your left foot on the cross. You're going to raise your right hand after me. Okay. I state your name.
Malik Aziz,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful,
and bear true allegiance
bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
with the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will support the Charter and laws
and that I will support the Charter and laws
of Prince George's County,
of Prince George's County.
and that I will,
I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the office of
Police Chief for Prince George's County Police Department,
Police Chief, Prince George's County Police Department,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
and the Charter and laws of Prince George's County.
and the Charter and laws of Prince George's County.
Congratulations.
You know, I also want to recognize Barry Stanton, the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Public Safety. Is there anything, would you like to come up and say a few words, Barry?
I'm just happy he's here.
Okay. Okay, all right. And Miriam Brewer, who also helped to usher him through this process. I want to recognize her and thank her also for the work that she's done. So there's no turning back. The chief is signing away, signed, sealed, delivered. No turning back. And now we thank God we can get moving. We can get moving. This has taken some time. And while I'm waiting, I want to thank also, can you help me please to give a round of applause to the men and women of our police department who have held us down. And for months and months, they have waited patiently, In an uncertain climate, they keep pulling forward. So thank you all so much. Thank you. Our FOP president in the back, thank you for being here also. Thank you. All right, is there anything you would like to say?
Give man a few words
Okay.
today. Well, I said I'll be a man of few words today. It seemed like it was just a couple of months ago where I stood right here in this room with you. That was March 26th that I stood in this room when the county executive made the announcement of my selection as the future police chief of Prince George's County. And I'm thankful for you, ma'am. I'm very thankful for her faith in me. Among many qualified candidates, just comes down to the county executive believing who is the right choice. And I'm thankful for you to have that faith in me that I could lead the citizens of Prince George's County. I'm so thankful to be here among my family who has supported me for a long time now, entering law enforcement. They know me. And I've never dreamed that even I would be a police officer. But when I was a young man, then I got steered to the police department. The person on the front row made me go because she said, get up, get out, and get something. And so, and I did. And, you know, it seems like almost 3 decades later, it's been a long time coming, a long road. And the people that I've met along the way who've taught me a really great deal. From those who have shared friendships with me in Dallas Police Department, along with the National Black Police Association. I'm thankful for Sonia Pruitt for her words today. I'm thank you for the embracing brotherhood of Chief Charlie Cato, who spoke kind words. I see my brother and my first partner, Alan Ali, out there, who we traversed many of the streets together back in Southwest Oak Cliff. The statute of limitations is not over. With myself and he and Chief Charlie Cato put our names on the streets of Dallas in a little place called Oak Cliff. So many people know if I wouldn't get up here and without saying I'm a Carter boy, you can Google that. And so coming here to Prince George's County, wonderful experience and making me feel like home. But I knew it was a place for me. 2 things. When the county executive selected me, when I spoke to her face to face, and she speaks really glowingly of Prince George's County, and she's the kind of person who, if you don't live here, she'll make you believe that you should be moving here very soon. And with the police department, she has not hesitated one time while we had our conversations. Anytime I made a critical observation, for those who know me, I make critical observations. And she immediately stood up for the Prince George's County Police and shared greatest words about it being the greatest police department in the nation. And you don't find that among many leaders who will step up at every single time. So I knew then. But then when I was in Dallas, and then I told my sister I had to go back home. And she said, that's right, you got to go back home. To Maryland, see? And so I had referred to Maryland as my home. So I'm here now. And so I'm in the land of crab cakes and the DMV and, you know, bumping up against the district and Washington football team fans. I'm sorry about that one. And that this is Dallas Cowboys territory now. And the county executive was being really modest. She always puts a disclaimer on it that she vetted me really thoroughly, except one thing, that I was a Dallas Cowboys fan. So I'm glad she hired me anyway to do this. So I look out here. It's such a great day for me to stand here with you guys. For my family who knows this, know that it's been a struggle. I said before, I'm just the son of William and Dorothy Gadberry. That's it. I've been nothing more and nothing less. And my grandson, I'm proud of my grandson right here. He's going to start something in a minute, county executive. So I don't want to have him to go to jail in Prince George's County because he may do that. I'm proud of the public service of my mother for being a teacher for so many years. I'm proud of my father who taught me a hard work ethic to get up early and work hard, go home, but do that every single day. To my mother who held down many jobs, and not just a teacher, but my mom would find a job in every single thing she could, from playing the piano at the church, where she drugged me to many days until I just outright rebelled. But I'm just kidding but she did take me to church every single day. but that was her job. She played the piano, she went to church, but she also did every other thing she could, from recycling paper to picking up cans to, if it was a job to be had, my mother had it. And she was going to clean homes and private homes, and nobody ever knew she was teaching school. They would have thought she was the poorest woman ever to survive. But she taught us, her and my father taught a very strong work ethic. I try to get to work early and leave late, make people catch up with me, on that, put some pressure on you, that I'm here. I try to do those things. And so for my friends who have traveled far and wide, that I see you out here, from Herb and Sharon and some other people, and my people from Dallas, I see them. Where they at? That's my boys, Tony and Marcus. Thank you for coming from Dallas to make a long trip from Dallas to come here and share this moment with me. And so people back home would tell it on you. And so I always tell people, if you want to just know the truth, just go ask them. And I'll tell them, always tell the truth about me. And they have. They've spread that truth around the nation. And even then, when we met with the FOP, my brothers met with the FOP, and they said, we won't kid you not on this one. We're not just saying he's good to get rid of him. He really is good. and so they sold me on it. And so now I'm here. And I'm just looking around because, missing the moment. And I'm looking in the back, and I see my former vice chair back there. Her and Sonia Pruitt, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal. Because these ladies made history. Sonia was the first black female captain in Montgomery County, and Rochelle Bilal was the first black female sheriff in Philadelphia. And so with me, they helped me with the National Black Police Association for it to be a really great organization, but I couldn't have done it without really great quality people who just happened to be females, but they were better than myself and everybody else put together. So without them, I couldn't have been there. And to the Prince George's County Police Department, and it's been really great. I've shared some great experiences already. I've seen the best of the best and some beautiful men and women who go out every single day to do this job. That's a really tough job. And to the command staff, I think I put some pressure on you already. I probably asked more questions than anybody and put some more to come, by the way. That's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse. And so I'll say this and then I'll close. To me, this is the greatest time to be in policing, the greatest time. It's not the worst time to be in policing. We've been in a Reformation era for a long time. We've always been in and out of Reformation, and people think this is new. For those who study policing, then you can go back and look, and you can see that policing since its existence has been terse, and it's been in upheaval, and it's been turning, and in chaos, and in disorder. And then it's been really bright and flashy and noble and progressive. And we're at that moment now, so it's not time to run away from policing. It's time to run to policing and take the challenge and be a part of the fabric of today's Reformation era and the era of new policing and progress and move policing forward. Never would I ever run from such a challenge to be counted in history at this time. And I'm just so fortunate that the county executive would make me the police chief here to be a part of that history in Prince George's County, which I believe is the greatest county in the nation. And thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Stanton, for the leadership you have provided for me thus far. And it's been really wonderful. So with that said, I'll just bow out right now and say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Miriam reminds me that there is a certificate of appointment here that's presented to Malik Aziz, and it's in recognition of your experience, leadership, professionalism, and integrity, and be it hereby known to the citizens and residents of Prince George's County that you have been appointed as police chief. This certificate is presented on the 6th day of July, 2021, and for that I say amen. 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 All right. I think, okay, Miriam's directing me to, this is the moment in which we take the picture. Oh, sorry, sorry.
Even the county executive wants to take a picture.
Right here?
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Are we done? Is this how we? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And to everyone who traveled, thank you and travel safely back home, too. Thank you.